Hi, my friend. It's Pat Sloan here. Thank you so much for the Starbucks. For those of you who have sent me cards, it's on you and you and you. So today we have a book nook. I want to talk about my word of the year. And if you're doing word of the year, it'll be a day to check in on that. We also have some more of the upcoming sew-alongs, which might feature some of the quilts behind me. Okay, so and today, before I forget, so we just cannot forget this, it is chocolate ice cream day. Chocolate ice cream. You've got to have stuff in it, like swirls of peanut butter, nuts, caramel. Yeah. Chocolate is fine by itself, but let's spice it up. Now I have to eat the dairy-free kind, and Ben & Jerry's has a couple that I can eat that are pretty darn good, so I might have to go pick up one of those. Haven't had it in a long time. So today, celebrate chocolate ice cream. It's always about food with me, isn't it? Yeah, I like food. I'm a foodie. Okay, let's see. What should we do first? Let's do space, because that one is sort of, yeah. My word of the year is space, to create more space. And I was just, remember yesterday when I was telling you about looking for those what I call them jump rings, those metal rings that open that you can, loop things on. And in looking for that, I went through a bunch of my notions drawers. And yes, there is more than one, which is where it comes to the word space. Because I was thinking I need to consolidate this stuff and have some of it go live with somebody else, because I'm just not using it. So like over here on this red cabinet, which for those of you who always ask, it was from the Container Store. So I don't know if they still make it in red. About a year ago I looked, they still made it in white. And these open. So there are lots of notions. All of these drawers are notions. And this whole basket is notions. And there are some in a drawer of my koala cabinet. This is much too many, way too many notions. So one day, soonish, probably this month, I'm going to empty all those drawers out. I'm going to empty all of that stuff out and sort it and see what I actually have, what I want to keep, and move some stuff on, because that way I can free up some space. I also have, do we count rulers as notions? Maybe not. Maybe they would be their own separate category, because that's a whole nother thing that needs to be addressed. So there's my space. I also have 2 shelves in my pantry. I have a very tiny house. The house has like one little closet in the kitchen. That's the pantry. It's just like a little closet, like a linen closet, like a small linen closet size. And I have 2 shelves in there with food stuff that I need to sort. So I got some bins, and I'm going to do that. So that's something that I'm going to do like soon, because I just got the bins in. All right, so that's space. If you have a word of the year, today reflect on how you're living that word. Are you doing something with it? Has it fallen by the wayside? Have you accomplished it so you are okay, you don't need to do it for the rest of the year, or did you want to bring in a new word to work on? So today is your day to touch base with that for the month of June. All right, let's do the book nook now. Because I promised to show you all of my Martingale books. Now I have had books with basically 3 publishers. Most of them are with Leisure Arts first, and then with Martingale. And then I had a few published with McCall's magazine, which did some small book publications. But the bulk of them were Leisure Arts and Martingale. Martingale I've been with now for, I don't know, 8 years, something like that. But I have 9 books with them. So let me show you the stack. So this is my stack of Martingale books. Let me get them right size. So there we go. Oh, here's my Martingale books. And these are ones I've authored or co-authored. So I have one author with me. Then I've been in a whole lot of collaboration books, like the most recent, which is the Red and White Quilts. This is a book where Martingale, or for a while it was Moda, one of them will invite a dozen designers to put something in the book. So it's a collaboration book. It's not really the same as one that I come up with the whole idea and develop the whole book. That is what these 9 are, and my 10th book with Martingale will be out sooner than I was expecting, so I'll be telling you about that fairly soon, even though the Tabletopper book just came out. Yeah, the other one is kind of quick on its heels. Sometimes that's the way it is. So I will talk about that a little bit in the future. So let me just show you quick what books they are. Of course, the Tabletopper that we just did the tour, and we will also be doing a sew along. My holiday celebrations, then celebrate the seasons. I like holidays. Then I have a Teach Me series, and there are 4 of them. Let me get them. So these are my 4 Teach Me series, which are applique and machine quilting, then teaching you how to quilt. And this also has, they all have patterns. All the Teach Me have patterns, and this is really good if you need to learn all the basics, or if you are self-taught and you miss some of the basics, pick this one up, because I teach you how to read patterns and all that good stuff. And this is my only book out of print with Martingale, so it is done, but you could buy it in the aftermarket at Amazon, which I'll link you to my Amazon author store. Then I have the two co-author books, which I have lots of notes in mind, especially this one. So Splendid Sampler 1 and 2 with my friend Jane Davidson from Australia. So this is my stack of books. That is my book nook for today, to tell you to tell you about all of those. Yeah, it's very fun. The books are very fun. I'm coming up on, I think the next one that comes out will be my 40th book, 40. It's hard to believe, writing 40 books, and that does not count these. I probably have at least a dozen collaboration books on top of that. But really the books that I've done like this, where it's been all out, effort, those are the real books. Okay, we have the rest of that I was going to tell. Yesterday I told you about the Boo Crew Mystery Sew Along with Fat Quarter Shop, and the Christmastime Mystery Sew Along with Fat Quarter Shop that will be coming up, with both have a quilt and a cross stitch portion. Now I have some that are all going to, if you want to, evolve around my Birdsong fabric. So that is sew alongs that I'm going to use Birdsong. All but one of them you could use something else. The panel quilt, you pretty much have to use the panel, but you could use your own fabric if you have that matches the panel. You don't have to use mine, but I hope you do. So I have a group of them here, and I think we're just going to have a Birdsong love fest. They're all going to sort of start similar, close to each other, and then the one of them will go a little bit longer. And like I said, only one is really have to have the fabric. So let's talk about the one that I will show you a picture of first, which is a kit called Beautiful Morning, and this is with Birdsong kit. It is just gorgeous. So if you want to make a quilt with Birdsong but you were not interested in the strawberries, then the Beautiful Morning is the one that you want to get, and that kit is available now. You can go over to the Fat Quarter Shop and pick up the kit now. The pattern is also available, and today in the description box here I will have all the links, and I will be working on getting everything over on my I Love to Make Quilts. I have to do a project page for everything, but honestly it has been so gorgeous out. It has been so hard to stay in the house and work on the computer, so it'll get there. It's not going to be gorgeous and mild and just perfect weather forever. It will get hot and steamy soon, and then I'll be inside on the computer again all the time. So Beautiful Morning is just, it's going to be such a delight for you to sew with Birdsong or your stash if you just want to sew that. Okay, now we have Just Add Shortcake, and that is the strawberry quilt, which is so cute, so cute. The design is by this design is by Wendy Shepherd, my friend Wendy Shepherd, and the strawberries are just amazing. Now this one was quilted with wool batting. So there is, and Linda Leatherstitch quilted it. She does a lot of work for Benartex. So I was going to scroll you in to see if you can see there are swirls in here, feathers, and they show up really gorgeous. She did a really, really nice job. Now that is going to have a kit as well. There's also a pattern, but the kit for this one is not ready yet. You know, these things do take time, so they're cutting the kits, and I don't have a date for that yet, but that one will start once the kit is in, people can order it, you know, then we'll come up with a date. All right, this one is called Nature Walk. It is the free pattern that goes with my panel. Now I have the panel here, and so the panel's available, the fabric's available, you can get what you need. Here the panel is in pink. Da-da-da. So there's a center panel and then 6 smaller panels. So that is what you need in order to do this, plus extra fabric. So you can go to the supply list and it has a photo that shows you. Now I do know that my background fabric that you see here, this light fabric, the light fabric, is right now on back order. It's sold out, and so there will be more coming in. So if you could use, I will show you the solid, that will work, so that you can do a solid fabric if you like. And I'll do these on Mondays is where I'm going to go with the Birdsong Love Fest. So that'll be on Mondays for some of them, and then Fridays for other ones. So Mondays and Fridays will be the Love Fest. Oh, I have to find a fun name, right? And then the other thing that we have is 2 other sew-alongs. One is the Hello Birdie, which is a free pattern from Riley Blake that's so cute. I'm going to have mine with little bluebirds because my Nanas loves saying the bluebird of happiness. That was kind of her catchphrase, the bluebird of happiness. And so I have to have them in blue, but you could do them in different colors. You could do them from your stash. So that'll be super fun. And then we have the table topper sew along. That'll start in July because we need to have a, get these, we'll work on this one and the birdies and the beautiful morning, and then the strawberries when they come in, and then we're going to do the table topper sew along, which is a sampler using blocks from the book. So we'll use blocks from the book from the different patterns, and then do this sampler quilt, which you can put a border or not put a border. There'll be some basics, be some mystery blocks, a couple mystery blocks to add in there. And that'll start in July, but it'll run a little while. I forget how many weeks it is, but it's like, 2.5 months or 3 months or something to run through all the blocks in the book. I will be using Birdsong because it's the Birdsong Love Fest, and and some solids. So I added some solids. I talked about that on a video recently because I want to sort of kick it up a little bit, try something a little bit different, and solids are a great way to extend your fabrics with a little less cost because the solids cost a little bit less than the printed fabrics, and they're available all the time. You can get them for a long time. And so I've been cutting my own stack because I had pre-yardage for Birdsong in like 3-yard cuts, and so I'm cutting down some half-yard pieces for me to work on when I'm doing the sampler. So I've got this much done for myself, and I get that organized. Now remember, you can download the calendar, and it's 2 pages. Now some of these dates for the getting these started, like this one will be like the last Monday I think we're going to do, and the same as the Hello Birdie, yeah, June 27th. We'll start those 2 on June 27th. So there's lots of fun. This summer is going to have a lot of fun. You can pick and choose what you want to work with and what you want to sew with. You don't have to sew everything with Birdsong, but because it's my newest fabric, I will be sewing a lot of Birdsong things just so you can see it in all different formats, and so that's a lot of fun for me. And then we have, starting tomorrow, summer camp, Camp Sloanie. And that's S-L-O-A-N-I-E. That's how you spell Sloanie, for those of you who might not know. So Camp Sloanie, that starts, summer camp sew along starts tomorrow. All right, I have a few mail calls. I want to be sure I get in here. Lots of salvages came in. These are from Angela in South Carolina. Yeah, South Carolina. Thank you, thank you. She sent me a nice grouping of them, and yeah, those are really pretty. Then I've got another grouping from This is from Barbara in Maine. And she sent me ones that were used for the Maine shop hop. That's pretty cool. And I want to show you, there were fruits and vegetables. Yeah, I think there were fruits, and then one was berries. So you can see there some of the berries. But they had, let me get one that has it. They had a thing on here. Here it is. Because it tells you that. It was from the Maine. Isn't this cool? See there? It was from the Maine shop hop. Yeah. And it's got their state of Maine on the dots. So these are wonderful. What great history about the different projects. Oh, look at the little strawberries. Oh, with the birdie. There he is. Got half his face. Yeah, so cute. So thank you, Barbara. Those are awesome. Let's see. I had from Susan in Delaware. Oh, she sent such a pretty card. Such a nice card. And then because she said, I have a hard time finding, I know I've said this before, multiple times probably, that I have a hard time finding nautical red. You know, you just don't always see red fabric that's nautical. It's more navy. So she saw these and got them for me. Oh, so nice. Thank you, thank you. And one more, which our quilter I searched on this, and I did not find your first name, just your husband's last name, but not your first name. And so I don't know, and I know where the address it came from, but it didn't have your first name. So I'm going to call you Quilter T, because your husband's last name starts with a T. Because she sent me this beautiful card, which is her husband's photography. Let me not get the glare on there. Isn't that gorgeous? This is his photography, and so I just think it's awesome. Beautiful, beautiful. And then she sent me some salvages as well. So I have a nice group, and one had this beautiful, she sent me like a kind of a chunk with all this fairy fabric, all like that. Look at the butterflies and the text print. So darling. So Miss Quilter T, if you are listening, tell me your first name so I know who you are. Okay. All right, my friend. That is a wrap. I hope you will join in the Birdsong extravaganza, the love fest of making birdsong. You know, do the ones that you like. Use, you know, add in your own fabric to it. Whatever works for you. I just hope that you pick some and sew along with me. So I love you. Mwah. Thank you for being here in the Sloan Zone. I will see you online.